Shabbat Shalom. We'll begin the same way that we always do, taking a moment to reflect on the last week, the highs, the lows, what you'd like to carry with you into the next 24 hours of the Sabbath, and what you'd like to leave behind. And if there's something that you'd like to share with us to bring into the space, we'd love to hear it. Oh, go ahead, Phyllis. My son came home after being away for 10 years. So no one's going to beat that one. But, wow, beautiful. You can go like a son who's come back after 2 years, if you get that. Thanks. Anything else? No? I know, that was a really high bar. So you might have noticed that there's a different decor here tonight, and I will say that our city does not have very many Pride stores. Like, I went all these places. It's very difficult to find. But June in Cincinnati is Pride Month, and so tonight is June 1st. It's the beginning of Pride. Our synagogue is involved in all kinds of different Pride events throughout the month, but I feel like we have several different places for visibility in our community at different stages of the year. And I always think it's important to have one that's distinctly Jewish. And I just learned this week, and Ken Setzer, who couldn't be here today, taught this to me. He learned it in his Hebrew Master's program. And he taught me that Moses Maimonides, the Rambam, our most famous scholar, he was a famous doctor for the courts. And he also is the author of basically the whole Mishnah, just whole parts of Torah and whole parts of Talmud. And he lived a life as a Muslim. He had converted to Islam so that he could be across Spain and have all those positions. But everyone knew he practiced as a Jew. And he was this Jewish scholar. But on the outside, he was a Muslim. And it made me think about all the ways that each of us in different ways have lived hidden. Parts of us have been hidden. And I think that Jews have an understanding of that many of us have the choice when we're sitting in line or having a conversation or hearing something, have the choice to say who we are and what we are. And sometimes, oftentimes, especially for those of us who've lived a little longer in the world, there's been price to that it costs something to reveal who you are. And so all the more so, it becomes very important to have places where you can be fully who you are. And I think that's why we had JCCs and Jewish camps and Jewish Gulf places, so that we could just be with ourselves, and there we were accepted, we were fully ourselves. And so even though our laws and rules of our country are still changing, it's difficult to share your fullest expression of self. And so I really want everyone who, in all their expression, all their beauty, and all their glamour, should be present in our synagogue and have that voice, and we should loudly proclaim our excitement to have all of these many faces and voices, identities as part of us. And so as we do this service, we're going to weave through a little different readings than we usually do. A lot of the readings we do are from Israeli poets and writers. One of them is a rabbinical student that I went to school with, who transitioned while we were in school and now leads this amazing congregation in San Francisco. And some personal words, and that way our Torah weaves through. So you can follow along with the prayer book, but there's going to be a lot on the screen, and as always, you just sing. Are there any guests here who haven't been, or people who haven't been here in a long time, that want to introduce themselves? Edie?
So y'all heard about my son last week, and now I have my nephew Colin visiting from transitioning where he's living and working, and he'll be back in New York, so we can all go study with him.
Hi, nephew Colin.
Here tonight, he's proud to be himself. Archbishop Chuck Smith from the Ohio Orthodox Catholic Church.
And Archbishop Chuck is also one of our online viewers, so he's actually online with us most weeks, telling us how our song quality is. Prays with us on High Holidays, also in person. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. You know, you guys didn't say your good news.
Well, we had a son come back, but after 4 months.
In the Holy Land, so.
Fletcher was in Israel for the spring semester, and we just picked him up today.
Like 2 hours ago, so.
He's already passed out at home.
Yeah. So we'll begin our formal welcoming of our service on page 2 and 3 with the lighting of the Shabbat lights. I don't have my thing here. Is it you, Edie? I don't have one of those things. Second. Do you need a book?
Yeah, of course, because you know I'm going to panic in about 2 seconds. Stay lit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to light the candles of Shabbat. Stay lit.
Don't let the light go out.
What's the etiquette here?
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Page 20, we welcome Shabbat as if she were a bride with Lachadodi.
L'chadodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nikabla. L'chadodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nikabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. L'chadodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nikabla.
We continue with a powerful poet by an Israeli who wrote this after last year's Pride when someone was attacked. We just can to the next slide. Every time I see a rainbow flag waving on a lamp pole in the holy city of Jerusalem, I remember that God made a covenant with us. If we lived our lives in black and white, we would never be privileged to see that divine promise. When I see all the colors together, I remember that God is there for you and for me. We rise together for a call to worship the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Baruch Hu
Twilight People by Rabbi Reuben Zellman. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for twilight. For twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. We are many identities and loves, many genders and one. We are in between roles, at the intersection of histories, or between place and place. We are crossed paths of memories and destination, streaks of light and swirled together. We are neither day nor night. We are both, neither, and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all in categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always define, we can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on twilight.
We continue on page 10 with Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We're on page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'ribat abam v'shivtecha b'veitzecha u'lechtecha v'aterech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafod b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'yisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We welcome Erica up.
Our people came out of Egypt, a mixed multitude. The spray of dividing waters, sparkling diamonds all around them. We stood together at Sinai, all of us, future, present, past, amid the rumble of thunder and the crack of bright lightning, to enter into the covenant with the one who loves us, in whose image shining we are all created over and over again.
We continue with our song of journey, Micha Mocha, page 40.
We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching marching, marching. Ooh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, marching. Ooh, we are marching in the light of God. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tahilot, ose ose vele. Nora tahilot, ose ose vele. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God.
I'm Heather Akiva Wright, trans woman, Jew, and today I'm proud of that. Until recently, I thought I could be queer or Jewish, not both. I went to Yavna, now called Rockworm. I saw a false monolith. Everyone else was white, upper class, straight and cis. I saw no space for otherness, let alone queerness. In the gay community, the focus was on being a monolith as well. I had to leave my Jewishness at the door. These are the effects of shame. In the society we live in, any variation from the norm is shamed. That shame is, it can be an exclusion, like mine, or it can be in protesters, people calling us subhuman, murdering our members, or burning our buildings. Or it can be more nuanced, being invisible in the media, lack of protective laws, jokes with us as the punchline. The message is clear. You're not accepted, you are not part of our community, and you are worthless. No matter how hard we fight these, they fall back into the back of our own mind. We feel shame for existing as we are. That shame is isolating. And since queerness isn't passed down through Judaism as Judaism is, queer folk do not even have the community of family to help. The problem for me was that I saw myself nowhere. In the gay community, I stifled my Judaism to fit in, and I know that if I were returned to the Jewish community as it was at Yavna, I'd have to censor my queerness. The problem is that neither of these were communities in the truest sense. I believe that the definition of a true community is not a place where you fit in, but rather a place that makes room for you. Oh, you're queer? Yeah, so are half the people under 25. You got a walker? That's cool. Let us know if you need an extra door propped open or anything like that. We want to make sure that you can be with us in every space that we're in. You're not able to get to services because you work 2 or 3 or more jobs? Well, we can stream them. You can catch them on your phone. And if you're able to come to any events, we'll make you feel like part of the family, just like you were here with us every night on Friday. Finding a place like this, where you can be your whole, authentic self and see one another for all that you are, flaws, beauties, imperfections, and the beautiful imperfections. It's difficult to find it, but it's worth it. I think I found mine. Thank you.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashtivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashtivenu, L'Shalom. V'hamidenu, Shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukat shomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'Shalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'Shalom.
From generation to generation, Vishamru, page 44.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam.
We're going to do a silent tefillah today, so what we'll do is we'll rise together and do the first line, and then you'll just continue either with the words of tradition of your prayer book or the words of your heart, whatever works for you, and then when everyone's seated again, we'll continue. So we rise together. That's page 46. If you need.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu v'yagita hilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 60. 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon L'Kol HaShalom. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon L'Kol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
As we pray for peace and wholeness, we think about those who are in need of healing in body, mind, and spirit, those in hospital beds and nursing facilities, in their own homes, those who struggle with addiction and deep, deep grief and difficult decisions ahead of them. And of course, we also include all those who make healing and health possible: doctors, nurses, therapists, caregivers, family, and friends. If you'd like to share a name of someone who's in need of healing or your own name, please share those names. Now we'll start with Phyllis and just go nice and slowly all around. Ooh, felt ominous.
Bob Rubin, Paul Callback, Meredith Clapp, Sharon Slesper,
Samantha Biskin, Jeannie Gelford, Ruth Davy, Bruce Steinberg, F. Toniano, Jean Watkins,
Dick Wolf, Don Campbell,
Erica, Chelsea,
Chloe,
Schneider, Funshon Shore, and Tim Jeffrey.
Denver.
Arnold Applebaum, Joyce Applebaum, Leo Applebaum, Roberta Applebaum, Judy Avner, Mira Barner, Marcy Bine, Sheila Boniface, Andrea Kanowitz, Ethan Kadish, Yael Kraus, Lee Krinick, Margaret Haywood, Elaine Heightfield, Mel Hudson, Ira Lerner, Judy Levy, Eileen Levy, Lou Levy, Dennis Little, Joan Lieb, Marcy Maxwell, Nancy Newmark, Stacy Pinsky, Phil Ryan, Iris Riggs, David Rose, Betty Roth, Bob Rubin, Karen Schwartz, Ira Sham, Alexandra Sprague, Mahaya Stoneman, Susie Warshauer, Ann White, Fran Victor, Chaim Ben Yaakov and Nechama, and all of us in this room, those we carry in our hearts, all of us on our journey to healing and wholeness in some way. If you'd like to follow along with me, I'm on page 253. Misha Barach Avotenu V'Imotenu, Avraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah, V'Yivarech et Zacholim Ha'eleh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Alehem, Lahach Li'imam Ufatam V'Chazikam, V'Yishlach Lahem Lahir Refuah, Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim, רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, השתה בגלה בזמן קריב, ונאמר welcome up John Combs to share a few words.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Combs. I am recently a member of the congregation here, and so I'm very proud to be here. And I was very happy when the rabbi asked me to speak because she said my story was very interesting. So I'm going to share a little bit of it with you tonight, but not all of it. So I was actually born in eastern Kentucky, and a thing you probably heard if you've ever seen the movie Coal Miner's Daughter, a holler. I come from a holler, so I come by it honest. And I was actually brought up in a Southern Baptist family. So pretty early on, I understood what I was, and also, unfortunately, at that time, I also began to understand that it wasn't okay by that standard. So for most of my, definitely through my teen years and most of my early adult life, I made the decision that, as I think Heather said it well, that there wasn't a place for both. You had to be a person of faith or gay. There was no option. And so most of my life, I decided that, well, I know I'm gay, so I'm just not gonna have faith. And as time went on, I actually had a friend a few years ago who was Jewish, and we became very close. She was also a member of the community, and unfortunately, she took her life because she could never connect the two. So that began my journey back into faith. And so as I became more involved with my study of Judaism, and out of my honor toward her, or for her, I shouldn't say toward her, I decided this is what I want, and that both can be together. And we moved to Cincinnati, and I happened to Google gay-friendly synagogue, and whose picture pops up?
Like holding these balloons?
Right, close. So as a person of finding faith again, I had to suspend disbelief, I couldn't live in that moment of there is no God, because if I can't have that, then it doesn't exist, which was a little egotistical on my part, but also it helped me end my rejection of it. And I now know that they are compatible, and that not only can you have faith, you can also live your true life. And what Pride Month really means to me now is it's not just about tolerance and acceptance. Pride Month to me is about a celebration. And that's what we're about. And that's what I'm so proud to be a part of this community and also the gay community. And so that's me. Thank you. So, yes, She told me a few words.
When we hear one another, there will be peace in the world. When we understand one another, there will be peace in the world. When we love one another, there will be peace in the world. Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom, Ba'olam, Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom.
I'd like to invite up Edie Akudis, who is our ritual chair, our Bema honor, our candle lighter, our go-to grace placer, fill in the blank, what else is she? Challah baker, Passover stalker of everything in matzo maker. What else? Pepper maker? Oh, pepper jelly. Yes, that's good pepper jelly. Oh, building of sukkah in your backyard while you watch with inside with tea. Maker.
I took it down too.
Tech person, note taker, dog lover, service leader. So you saw me probably before not being able to hide my emotions. But I think there's these glimpses that we have of promised land all the time. That's how we know it's possible. We know that whether I believe in the Messianic age, but not everyone does. But in that way, I think what does a better world look like? And we know that it's possible because we get taste of it in relationship and community in different places. And tonight, I felt that. I felt that a lot, this truth, and that if we've done something right in our little and mightiness, it's that there's room for many voices. And one voice, so we have voices of all kinds in our community. We have people running for office. We have 2 young women under 40 running for office. I know, I'm getting lots of phone calls to sit on boards all of a sudden. We have all kinds of things, and this is our first time in a long time that we'll have a rabbi coming from us. So Ida is leaving next week, tomorrow for New York, and then for Jerusalem for a year of her first year of rabbinical school. So we can't take credit for creating that.
You helped.
Or making it happen, though you filling in roles by things. And I started to think, what's one thing a rabbi really needs before they really step into that? I think it's 2 things. One, I think you need a blessing. Always. Rabbis need rabbis. And 2, there's something that happens in the bar mitzvah service that if you yourself have not grown up Jewish and you have not experienced this, then you must experience it. And that's being pelted with candy. Right. Spreading sugar and love. So we're going to bless her and then we're going to pelt her because that's what Jews do. And I'm going to step aside.
Yeah, I've watched you step aside. You're very
I know. So we can rise to, I'm going to do a private prayer with her. And I'll turn to you guys. We'll say amen, mazel tov, and then I'll step aside and you just use your good arm. So please rise.
Just do it.
No, we have no one. We have lots of heels going on, not a lot of kids. So thank you. So you guys can be seated. Thank you. I'll just do your announcements then, since I'm up here. Do you want to do announcements? Come back and do your work.
No, you do announcements as long as you do
What?
Grace Place and the meeting. It's an awesome thing.
Aye, aye. Another thing about being a rabbi is learning to take commands. Yes. So our big meeting is our annual meeting. Our annual meeting on June 24th. Tomorrow, also this Sunday is our board meeting. And then Grace Place, Joyce, wave your hand in the back. We need volunteers each night. They go and help prepare food. 2 or 3, they entertain the kids. It's amazing. I know everyone who's done it has found it transformative, so hope that you'll grab her. Where are you guys going to dinner tonight? Bob Evans. Everyone's invited to Bob Evans afterwards. See, we span many sides here. You can read the rest. Why don't we do the prayer for the community together? What? Oh, great. Sorry. Perfect. Sorry. So I even forgot that they're new members because you're here every single Friday. You're a regulars and you're a beautiful purple. And do you want to say anything about yourselves?
We belonged for 20 years in the 80s and 90s and raised 2 children here at Temple Shalom who are now productive adults. One of them raising a young son who can, at 3, can recite Hine Matovu, and both verses of the Kiddush, which is very, very charming and interesting as grandparents to watch that. Then we left for 15 years, and we decided last fall to come back, and we're glad that we did.
Thank you.
Okay, if we'll read together, please. May Adonai, the source of life, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless this entire congregation of Temple Shalom, together with synagogues in Cincinnati and all holy congregations in this world. Bless our community, our children, our families, and all that is theirs, along with those who devote synagogues for prayer, and those who enter them to pray, those who devote countless hours of their lives so that our synagogue may be a thriving place of spiritual welcoming. May the Holy One reward those who contribute to our community with healing, forgiveness, and personal strength. May God bless them by prospering all their worthy endeavors, as well as those of the entire people of Israel. And let us say, Amen.
Thank you. Watch your feet. We're just going to do the short Aleinu. We're just going to read the English up here, and then we'll go right into Vena Emar. Thank you. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us to the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
I'm Hannah Simon Goldman, and I'm doing a reading. I don't know who it was written by. Oh God, remember today our LGBTQ siblings who were martyred in years past, those murdered by fanatics in the Middle Ages, those who perished in the Holocaust, and those struck down in our own city in our own time. Remember also those who took their own lives, driven by despair by a world that hated them because of their love or gender. And in mercy, remember those who lived lives of loneliness, repressing their true natures and refraining from sharing their love with one another. O God, remember the sacrifice of these martyrs and help us bring an end to hate and oppression of every kind.
We recall the recent passing of Irv Greenstein and commemorate the yard sites, the anniversaries of the passing of Arthur Kaufman, Shulamit Infield, Ben Willis, Molly Kirchick, Jean Maxwell, Harry Levy, Edwin D. Grisend, Hyman Pearl, Arthur Lee, Samuel Moskowitz, Charles Langfelder, Sarah B. Meyerson, Max Lerner, Sam Sonnenschein, Catherine W. Hoffman, Sylvia Schwartz. If you'd like to contribute to the list of people that we're remembering or repronounce the name, please share those names now.
Edwin Grust.
Grust. If you are in mourning or commemorating yard sites, please rise first. We take a look around at the people who are needing to be seen in their grief. We see you. And together we rise for all those who we mentioned out loud, for those who we hold in our hearts, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, as we continue with our words of comfort on 294 or on the screen. Yitzgadal v'yikata shemei rabba, v'yalma tivra hirte v'yamlich machute, v'chayev chon uvyom echon, v'chayed ahobe Yisrael, v'agalah v'zman kari v'imru, Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Omei Omaya Yizbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'al V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kedusha Le'ela Minkol Birchata V'shirata Tushvechata V'nechemata Ta'amiram B'alma V'imru Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. And together we say, Amen. Please be seated. We're going to continue our close with Adon Olam, and we put the music up here because this is a traditional tune that we want everyone to be able to sing together with. So please help us.
Adon Olam, Hashem Olam, B'terem kol Yitzir, Yitzir nivra, Le'ed nasa. Azamalech, Shamo nikra ba'atre, kiklot hakol, lavado yimlok nora, vehu hava, vehu yeh, v'tifara vehu echad, ve'en sheni, laham shelo lahachbirah. Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, V'La'os, V'Hamitzvah, V'Hu Eli, V'Choeli, V'Tzorcheli, V'Etzara, V'Hu Nisi, U'Manos Limenakosi, V'Yom Yaakov, Avkim Ruchi, Be'eti Shan Ve'ayra, Be'im Ruchi, Be'riyati Adonali, Ve'lo Ira, I will survive, for as long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive, and I'll survive, I will survive. For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive, I will survive.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay. So, if you could connect to one another to receive a blessing, if you're not a toucher, that's okay. If you're online, put your hands out. Whatever works for you to receive a blessing this moment. And then we'll have challah, our bread, our motzi. We'll have kiddush, our wine, our juice. And we have cake. We have cake, too. Rainbow cake, of course. Because we just want to live the theme all the way through.
Adonai ve'yishmarecha, Ye'er Adonai, v'navelecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai v'navelecha, v'yasem lecha, Shalom, 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 v'yasem lecha, Shalom, Shalom, v'yasem lecha, Shalom, 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 v'yasem lecha, Shalom, Shalom, v'yasem lecha, Shalom.
May God bless you and keep you. May Adonai's face be gracious and shine upon you. And when God's face shall shine upon you, may it not be too humid outside to ruin your makeup. May you be strong enough to strut in those heels as long as you can. May your heart be open enough to hear different voices. May you be connected and realize that you're just part of the puzzle that makes for a welcoming, inclusive community. And may you continue in that courage and continue to make this world a taste of the promised land. And together we say, Amen. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, all of you, for doing this.